Oh, that's some good vodka. Oh, we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Wolf King, and this video is going to be titled Embracing Your Inner Demons. You know, for a while now, for about as long as the 3 years I've been on YouTube, I have come across theists or superstitious people who have proclaimed that there are demons or evil spirits manipulating things in the real world. And for an example, here's Jim Baker talking about the 2016 election amongst candidates of and supporters of Donald Trump.
This may be the most important television show you've ever watched. I believe this election is the difference between having the time to really prepare for what's coming on Earth,
right,
and going into, I believe this fall is really the beginning, and I hate to say it, I've never said it before, but could be the beginning of the fall of America.
Wow.
And we've got a choice to make, and we can do something.
Yes, we can.
And last two elections, almost, 30 million Christians stayed home.
Evangelical Christians.
Because they did not approve of the man running for office.
That's correct.
So we have had the most dramatic change in America's history of what America believes and what America stands for.
That's right.
Because people said, I'm just not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. You're not going to sit home and just say, well, I'll just leave it up to God. No, you're saying, I'm too lazy to do anything. So God doesn't work that way.
This liberal democratic platform is being lightly used by the devil to take America down.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, and not just that one, but another example.
Progressivism is maybe is more directly political. But these people, they hate God. They hate the God of the Bible. They hate righteousness. That would be, like secular progressivism. Progressivism is more directly political. But these people, they hate God. They hate the God of the Bible. They hate righteousness. They hate the Ten Commandments. They hate the idea that Jesus Christ is exalted as the only way to God the Father. They hate life. I mean, these things, they hate freedom, many of them, and want to control us. And this is a very real force that is in our country today. And that's what these people, that's who the spiritual warfare is I guess against, you could say.
Okay, so based on these clips, at some point there are some preachers on the panel that sort of invoke the devil or spiritual warfare and stuff like that. And what I never got is, what is the practicality in assuming that? I mean, there's no way to understand how these spirits would interact or move about things or whatever. There's really no way. There's really no way to infer any of this, any actual facts or data about these things. I mean, it really doesn't answer anything. It's just an excuse to be superstitious and paranoid over things that you really don't understand. I mean, these are people with their own agendas and limitations and wills to do something. I mean, it's really more of a psychological variety and aspect to this, that if you don't measure or try to figure out with the best measurements and methods you have, you're just subject to wandering in the dark, bumbling in the dark, like what these guys are doing. I'll handle it in the reverse order. The thing with secular progressivism or secular humanism, which is what they're really trying to talk about, is it doesn't invoke anything about the supernatural or anything regarding any revelation or ancient holy book. It looks to reason, and it looks to science, it looks to empiricism, to figuring out how these things work and how to make judgments in our lives and stuff like that. That's totally devoid of a whole book. That's the only reason why that stuff tends to be accepted rather than ignored in this particular society, because they more help us in terms of figuring out how to deal with societal issues that plague us, and build up more equality and progress for people. So that's why that's accepted more than like the Christian faith view of things. I mean, that's obvious why they're losing in social issues. And as far as like the devil, because I hear a lot of Christian fundamentalists talk about this, and to a lesser degree Muslim fundamentalists talk about the devil controlling things and moving things about. Anytime that it's some influential thing that has nothing to do with glorifying the Christian religion, it's almost always blamed on the devil or some crazy demonic spirit or whatever, like concocted in the imagination. That doesn't teach us anything. That doesn't enlighten us or astonish us about anything about how the real world works and how we're connected to that. It's just an excuse to be paranoid and pass on some ridiculous doctrine or propaganda that doesn't help you learn anything about it. Just controls you basically. So it's really nothing there, and it's only a matter of figuring out what are the factors and variables that get us into these situations. What makes a person addicted? What makes a person poor? What makes a person sick? What makes a person not likely to have good luck over bad luck and stuff like that. These things are a matter of physical evidence and reason, logic, actually measuring this stuff out with your reasoning and your senses. And absent of that, you just got all these ridiculous doctrines that don't help you. So that's my rant on that. Ghosts, devils, demons, angels, all this shit, gods, it doesn't help you. It doesn't actually give you a parameter to figure things out. Actually measuring it out with your facts and reason and science does. All right. I mean, that's exactly why I love the Satan figure in the Old Testament, Prometheus and Socrates, all that wisdom. Actually being skeptical and actually looking and digging deep into the universe and figuring out what actually gets us from A to B and down the line. That actually works over using religious faith, which is basically believing what you know isn't the case. So that's basically all I got to say. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop out, dare to know, and hail Satan. Good night.